Yeah. Tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I said the end, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I don't freely straight apply. But when I'm stand up for the stone, I live my life. Been east to rich when east and they still when I make it thighs. But the schoolies never bet for me, my dough is still for thighs. I'm the horn, niggas know they cute too, I keep out the bone. But let's get it, you know my me and miss be up the shown. And when I see a nigga smile, you will stay up front. And if they got me, know then I, you know I did the con. You up the icon, I see the fact. This ain't I'm easy, but I hate I wake, so what I pack. I keep a searing in the rain, then I smoke as trash. And if I get, I'll keep a far. I know some planet, yeah. Taking trash to the sky from my leasing to living. All the flu on the blend, that resetting, he reeling. Jacks kicking out of love, I might never be willing. You shall never know what you, I can never forget. But tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I 7 in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, you know by now it's on the line of people, but you never know this name is Kanana sequel. Sticking fresh, taking down, so the side the needle. Put down, stay the time to line like you want the needles. And if you hate when I like the brown, it's like your cam in the ground till they come a noun. But like I'm so fresh up and through the moose confused. And now I know what's up and noon and that was all fuck you. Say you never lose, takes us later, Parikana. I was go do, he's not a like a bagel, drink your face. But I was thinking to his soul when y'all was by the cover. And now I rain, man, I ain't like the make whatever. I say kablim, flame mine, you gave me no resistance. This nut so hard, go within and never missing. Convinced that you me love me now, but store and never tripping. It's the enemies it's all, boy, yo come and get tripping. Tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I say the name, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream.
What up, though, fam? I'm back in the building once again. This is GPTV1 live stream, Unfiltered. I got some hot stories I'm gonna be covering here this evening. This is the Thursday edition. Like I told y'all before, I'm trying to stick to a regular schedule, so y'all can catch me on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday around the same time. And I will schedule the live stream so you can all see it advertised out there. Today was just so hot, man. It's like really summer, suffocating, burning hot out there right now. So I hope y'all out there staying cool. Grab y'all something cold to drink. Grab y'all snacks, because I'm about to take y'all on a ride. So in this episode, I will be covering the Desmond Burks trial up there in Detroit. And I got a real highlight I want to share on this show with this rapper J, or Rap J. It's a good story. I'm going to get into that. Then we're going to get into a little bit of current affairs. And we're going to go into the conspiracy about Diddy putting that bag on Pac's head and see what's going on with Keefy D right now. Because a lot of people keep focusing on this sex trial, but this guy, Diddy, had a bunch of other stuff going on. So we're going to look into all of that. But before we get to that, I want y'all to check out this public announcement.
Welcome to the GP Inner Circle. What up, though, GP fam? I'm excited to announce that the GP membership is now officially active. This is your chance to step up and show your support in a way that truly matters. By joining the Inner Circle, you will unlock exclusive perks tailored just for the most dedicated supporters, because you deserve nothing less. But that's not all. The Super Chat feature is now live, giving you an even greater opportunity to engage with me and the community in real time. Your support fuels my passion and creativity, inspiring me to deliver the kind of fire content that only the GP fam deserves. So why wait? Join the GP membership today and be a part of something special. Let's elevate this community together, because when you thrive, we all thrive. Welcome to the Inner Circle. Your journey starts now. Much love.
Yeah, y'all can check out the membership over there. I have updated the perks that comes along with it. And I'm thankful to all the tools I'm using to help better this channel, and we're going to keep growing. And they're so unique, and it help you engage with your audience. So the membership, y'all can check that out. I got some great perks over there. You feeling a little generous, hit me on my Cash App. And I just got so much planned for this channel, so we're gonna keep moving forward. But it was this story that kept just coming across my notifications, and when I get news alerts and things of that nature. And this guy right here, Desmond Burks, just kept coming up. And I looked into the story, and according to the reports, that this guy just wanted to have his time of shining with expensive things. And he's on trial right now up in Detroit. It's crazy. I haven't did any Detroit stories lately, but I still got a lot of conversations and chats going on from the stories I did do from a couple of years ago. Y'all can go back out there and check it out. PDQ is like the top views that's coming on this channel right now. So y'all can go check out the PDQ story. And I'm thankful for them for participating in a great project. So, like I said, I'm gonna keep loading this channel up with fresh content, and I look at that as my own personal TV station or something like Tubi. But y'all got to check out my new playlist. It's diving into the underbelly of the money scandals. So I'll be covering a lot of that stuff. But anyway, this guy Desmond Burks, this story just kept popping up. And just give a little backdrop on this particular story. Let me look this up. Y'all stay tuned as I talk about Rap J. That's a great story. I'm looking up this Desmond Burks. Oh man, this always does. That's when I use my cursor. You know, I'm back up there where you belong. Where's Desmond Burks story at? Milwaukee rapper. Okay, let's see what this story is talking about right here. Let me share my screen. Share the screen. Desmond Burks. I looked at a little bit of this case right here. He was actually smiling in court. Check out this news report. All right, let me expand that. BS Detroit. All right, let's go.
The preliminary hearing for the man charged with killing a prominent Detroit doctor resumed this morning for day 3 of testimony. Welcome back to CBS News Detroit at 5. I'm Shayna Humphreys.
And up here, it's Friday. Dr. Devon Hoover was found dead in his Boston Edison home in April of 2023 during a welfare check by Detroit police.
Today in court, prosecutors revealed the defendant's cell phone location data on the days before and after Dr. Hoover was found dead.
Gino Vici joins us now live outside of the 36th District Court with more on that. Gino?
Terrence, Shayna, that was a big part of today's hearing. Location. Prosecutors read a statement on the record from investigators who tracked the cell phone location of Desmond Burks, the defendant, as well as Dr. Hoover, around the time he was murdered.
Devon Hoover's cell phone ending in 7021 left the area of 150 West Boston and traveled to the area of 9924 Sussex and arrived into that area at approximately 10:59 a.m. on April 22nd of 2023.
Prosecutors during the preliminary examination for Desmond Burks focused.
This would be a state case, so they probably broadcast this trial. Let's go.
On location. Where was the defendant at the time Dr. Devon Hoover was murdered? Cell phone data showed Burks' phone stayed put at his residence on the night of April.
He just had to get his day of shining, allegedly.
22nd and April 23rd, 2023.
Desmond Burks' cell phone ending in 3749 was in the area of 9924 Sussex the entire time.
They got footage of this guy. See, that's their digital footprint. They got footage of him going out shopping and having a lot of money, and it's supposedly right after this assassination of this doctor.
However, Dr. Hoover's cell phone traveled back and forth from his home to Burks' residence on those same nights.
Number 2, Devon Hoover's cell phone ending in 7021 left the area
How'd you know this guy?
of 9924 Sussex at approximately 11:10 a.m. on April 22nd, 2023, and traveled back to the area of 150 West Boston, arriving at approximately 11:19 a.m.
Police discovered his body with a gunshot wound to the head, naked and wrapped in a blanket in his attic at his Boston Edison home on April 23rd, 2023.
That's a lot of stuff right there. Let me stop sharing that. Yeah, but this is what this guy is accused of, and I like to look at news reports too, besides videos. So let me go to this news report right here. It says the Detroit man charged with the murder of prominent Detroit neurosurgeon. So we got that from that news report, from the video. Burks, 34, is charged with first-degree premeditated murder, felony murder, larceny of over $20,000 using a computer to commit a crime. Possessed firearm by a felon and 3 counts of felony firearm second offense. Yeah, them some strong charges right there. While Wayne County prosecutors spent 4 days presenting evidence during a preliminary hearing before 36th District Court Judge Sean Jack. Yeah, I've been in that courtroom plenty of times, in that court, in that building. The judge ruled early Thursday afternoon that Burks will be bound up for trial. That's like going to a grand jury. Some places call it a grand jury, and in this case, they're calling it a preliminary hearing. The court finds there is probable cause to believe that the defendant did commit the crimes. Hoover was found dead in the attic of his home. Well, they just went over that. He was shot twice in the back of the head. Prosecutors say the text messages between Burke and Hoover established that the two were in an intimate relationship. What? Man. That's deep right there. That's why I like looking at these articles. That's why I like to delve deep into the situation. If you coming in the building, click that like button. I appreciate it. This is GPTV1 Unfiltered. So these guys supposedly, allegedly, was in a romantic relationship. Really? So what happened? One of those cases where you were trying to get money out of this guy and he wouldn't give it to you. After Hoover's murder, prosecutors say fraudulent transactions were reportedly made using his various bank accounts, and more than $30,000 was stolen from Hoover's accounts, as well as a Range Rover and 2 watches. And they even got video of this guy wearing the watches. So it's another case of self-snitching. Burks was charged in August 2024 at the time, Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy, she's been in that law system, working in that system forever, said the investigation was complicated because many witnesses were reluctant to come forward with sensitive and personal information. Well, if you're getting it out the hood, you're probably not going to get much out of that unless you got an informant down in there. Prosecutors said investigators collected 300 pieces of evidence. 134 search warrants were served and 40 cell phones were examined. The investigation involved 5 states and 3 counties. Whoa. That's a lot of charges you're facing there, buddy. That's a lot of things they piling up on you. Man, especially when you got those heinous acts out there, like you show the behavior of this just brutal person. That's how they're going to look at you. But if you're going to the hood and trying out your information, it's probably a hard road to try to follow. Like I said, unless you got some type of informant down in there. Because best believe, whatever he allegedly did to this guy, he's not running to those communities and, putting on their persona. And this guy was out there shopping, spending the money, wearing the guy's watch around, and he wanted to look big for the moment. He wanted to look big for the moment. He wanted to flaunt them watches and Cartier, this and that. You know, he wanted to go on expensive shopping sprees. You in the building, click that like button. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm talking about Desmond Burks right now. This is a case that's going on up in Detroit. It just kept hitting my notifications and news alerts. We all get news alerts all day, but this guy kept popping up. Then I went ahead and looked into the story. I said, man, this guy right here. And then, like I said, it's footage of him actually smiling in court. That's always a bad sign. You definitely don't want to do that in front of the jury. But they say him and his doctor had a sexual relationship. That's interesting. And that video didn't show all of that. That's why I like to go to these articles and check it out myself. But this is a case that may get broadcasted because it's a state level case. Did it reach nationwide? Let me check and see, did it get any nationwide coverage in terms of the other media outlets like Law and Crime or Court TV talking about this case right here. Let me check and see. Stay tuned, fam. We're in the building. Desmond Burks. Let me see if there's any footage out here besides that. Nationwide coverage. Well, everything on the internet is nationwide, so Desmond Burks trial. So look like local Detroit news outlets. So it don't look like Law and Crime has picked up this story yet, or Court TV. But then again, this is the preliminary hearing. Community Advocate Network. So they talking about some local stuff in Michigan. Okay, it's a little coverage on there. This on News Nation, where it says a friend of the neurosurgeon is speaking out. So this is a friend to that doctor talking on News Nation, but I'm not going to click on that. So far, I don't see nationwide, besides the local media down in Detroit covering this story. So we got to jump on this besides the people down there in Michigan, the media outlets down there. So there's a jump on this story in terms of podcasters covering this story. And GP channel, we cover a lot of crime documentaries and stuff. We document that stuff. But it's all cautionary tales. Learn from it. So I don't see any nationwide coverage with this guy. I guess probably when you start getting ready to go to trial and things of that nature, they may come by and grab this story. So far, outside of the local media in Detroit is covering this story. Hey, shouts out to y'all for checking me out. So if you're in the building, click that like button. Oh man, this is a great story right here with this guy right here. I just got to highlight this. This is actually a happy story. You know, we cover a lot of crime and disparity on this channel, but I just had to highlight this rapper right here. His name is Rap J, and he hit the stage, and it made some news outlets. So let's check out Rap J and what they're saying about him. And this is a rapper that has cerebral palsy. And still, it's a cautionary tale. Don't give up on your dreams, you know. Don't give up on your dreams. Things can happen. But I just had to highlight this good story on this channel. I'm going to share this and then check out a news report talking about this story. See what they talk about with Rap J. Let's go.
Now to our big story. Ready, set, fest. It is the opening night of Summerfest 2025.
And tonight, the logo isn't the only one smiling. Sam Kramer is live in the grounds right now. And Sam, got a good crowd behind you. How's it going down there?
Nice crowd too.
Sure do. Well, the fireworks just wrapped up a few minutes ago. You heard from Tom detail all the weather that's coming that way. It's probably the only thing that can really put a dampen on this crowd. The bleachers here are full, everyone having a good time and a lot of smiles. But opening night means so much more for one Milwaukee rapper who for so long only dreamed of taking a stage here until tonight. It's 3 hours till showtime, and Jaquawn Gaston knows he's exactly where he's supposed to be.
I'm so thankful to be here to experience this moment. I still don't think that it's settled in, but I'm so honored to be here.
We first introduced you to Rap J in August 2023 after the Milwaukee rapper played his first show at Shank Hall. He told us then his biggest goal was the big gig itself.
All of the great artists and all of the icons who have come here before, I was just inspired.
Fast forward to Thursday, it's opening night of Summerfest 2025, and it's him in the spotlight on the Wisconsin area music industry, or WWAMI stage. The 27-year-old says the achievement is all the more important to him as someone living with cerebral palsy.
I like it.
We never know what we're capable of until we try.
That's
so
right, buddy.
I hope that tonight proves that anything is possible.
Helping raise the bar with his bars at Summerfest.
Best day of my life, I couldn't even really put it into words.
Yeah. So I wanted to share that story with Rap J. Good story, good story. We cover a lot of drama and things of that nature on this channel, but I had to highlight this guy and never give up on your dreams, you know. You don't want to think too far ahead, and success is not, it don't come by you getting on the elevator. You got to take the steps up to success. Shouts out to Rap J. You doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, buddy. That's one of the feel-good stories I had to share on this live stream. But right about now, I'm going to take a quick break, grab me cold something to drink. Y'all grab y'all something cold to drink, and I'll be right back, fam. Stay tuned. Yeah, I'm back in the building. Welcome back. This is GPTVONE live stream, Unfiltered. The GP channel is not for the faint of heart. Keep it real over here, and I try to be accurate on these stories I cover. I got another story I'll be dropping tomorrow. Man, it's a good story, man. It's really good, and I'm working on that. It should be done with it by tonight, and I will post it tomorrow. Like, my big focus right now is just load the channel up with content and come up with creative playlists, docu-series. So make sure y'all, matter of fact, let me share that screen right now so y'all can check it out. New playlist I got popping off right now. Digging into the underbelly of the money game. Let me find that and just share it right quick with you all. Let me see, where am I at with this? Okay, I already did that. So let me go to my channel and go down to the playlist. All right, so I'm gonna share that really quick. Go to the Gangsta's Paradise channel, go all the way down, and you'll see the dark side of wealth. shocking black market scandals. Got a few videos out there right now, so it's a whole new playlist, so y'all go back and go over there and check that out. There's some hot stuff. Informative. Stuff is very informative, for sure. But one thing I don't do is investigative reporting. I don't solve crimes and all that. So there's other podcasts that does that. I don't knock it. Do your thing. That's for sure. That's just not what I do. Now, another story I want to cover is the Border Patrol. Excuse me. I like to dip into current affairs and check out current affairs for sure. I want to know what's popping out here. Now, I got where it says Trump's administration expands military's role at the border southern tip of Texas. The Department of Defense is expanding a militarized zone along the southern U.S. border where troops are authorized to detain people who enter illegally for possible federal prosecution on charges of trespassing in the national defense area. The Air Force announced Wednesday the annexation of a serpentine 250-mile stretch of the border in Texas amid a buildup of military forces under President Trump's declaration of a national emergency at the border. Yeah, when he make these declarations that make it illegal to do other things. A Defense Department official said Thursday that the Navy also had been instructed to establish a new national defense area at the border. The official didn't provide further details. I want to know if there's any videos out there about this story. Somebody covering this. There's a lot of stuff going on with this administration, but when you become the president, you got to wear a lot of hats. You have to have advisors who are experts in that particular field. So let me check this out. See if there are any videos out there covering this story from a credible news source. Okay. This stuff, okay. Yeah, here goes a news report right there. This is from like a day ago, so I would consider this credible. And I'm gonna share that as soon as this commercial goes on. Yeah, right here, GP, you know, we smart over here. The fam is smart, right? We're intelligent people, right? So yeah, I like to look at current affairs. For sure. I don't want to just spend my time just looking at all the drama in the hood. Let's see what they're saying about this.
Amid rising tensions with Iran, the Justice Department and FBI say they are now shifting personnel to prioritize counterterrorism cases. After President Trump's return to the White House in January, the Justice Department directed its personnel to focus on immigration and the border. But now they are moving back to counterterrorism and potential threats from Iran and its allies. For more on this change, CBS News Justice correspondent Scott McFarland joins us now. Scott, always a pleasure. How significant?
They shifting back to another department. So I wouldn't say that's a story right there that goes along with that, but I'll go back to the article that's more directly about this topic. So I don't see any current news report that's in a video form that's talking about this. Now I get a lot of alerts. I do be reading the stories that come across my timeline. I'll be checking that stuff out. But let me go back to this article. They're talking about this stuff. What is that? If you're in the building, click that like button. It don't cost anything. Feeling a little generous, you can send a little something to my Cash App. Where that article go? Go back to the article. Oh, here you go. All right, let's go back to this article. The newly designated national land and water along the Rio Grande spans 2 Texas counties and runs alongside cities including Brownsville and McAllen. It will be treated as an extension of the Joint Base San Antonio. The Air Force said it's prepared to install warning signs immediately against entry to the area. So a lot of that area is going to be like military down across that border, that stretch right there they talking about. In the newest national defense area, they calling it the national defense area. Military responsibilities include enhanced detection, monitoring, and temporarily detaining trespassers until they are transferred to the appropriate law enforcement authorities, the Air Force said in a statement. At least 3 people have been directly detained by troops in New Mexico for processing by Border Patrol. More than 1,400 immigrants have been charged with incursion into the national defense areas. Oh, okay. So when you go into these areas, charges enhances. That's the thing about the federal. When you're done with the government, they will enhance charges on you. That's for sure. Definitely. So that's what's going on with that border patrol things. He's expanding the military, but some of those people is going to go back into counterterrorism. And you got to remember that they look at the cartels as terrorists now. So, yeah, this stuff gets deep. It gets deep. This stuff gets deep. And now I want to switch over to this guy. I had to bring this up because I see so many people is focused on the P. Diddy trial itself. And a lot of younger people, they may not know much about P. Diddy. They're babies when he was coming out with all that bad boy stuff and all that. So the only thing they really know about P. Diddy is this case right here. Older people who's familiar with the rap scene or hip hop scene, they should know that P. Diddy got a checkered background. You have to look at P. Diddy beyond that trial. So I get a lot of people questioning me or asking my opinion rather. What do you think about that trial? Is it a RICO or something? I'm like, well, I'm old school. You know, and people tend to forget that allegedly he paid for this 2Pac hit. And they did put a task force together to try to get KPD to try to entrap the guy who allegedly kept the money for the hit. But the guy ended up passing away. So they couldn't connect P. Diddy to this trial. And I say they've been trying to get P. Diddy 20 years or more. He's been lawyered up about this 2Pac stuff forever. So you got to look at P. Diddy's actual background. And I think a lot of people just really focused on this trial. But what about this guy? He's been letting P. Diddy forever. And he messed himself up by coming out with all these interviews and all that type of stuff. That's why he's where he at. But look how he look, though. He's going to look like P. Diddy right now. And one of the biggest things I always said with his problem was, you a street gang banging kingpin back in your day. And you trying to hang out with rappers and record labels. You not the rapper or the record label and all this stuff. You enthusiastic about hanging out with these celebrities. But you want them to look at you like you a celebrity. Oh, you're a street guy, banging, cripped out and all that stuff. You probably wasn't a street level, what set you claim and that type stuff. You know, you move past that level, you the kingpin of Compton or whatever, you know. You was moving a lot of work according to you and to other people. So you was a shot caller back in those days. But your problem is, and a lot of probably would be dealers and all that, they want to hang out with the rappers and all that stuff, you know. And a lot of rappers want the image of the street guys. But nowadays, a lot of these guys come from the streets and they probably be big boys in their own rights and they turned into rappers or whatever. But to me, his whole sole problem was trying to hang out with these celebrities, like, but you want them to look at you like you the celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of his issues, but we can't forget that P. Diddy allegedly put the bag up for 2Pac. And it happened and this guy didn't get paid. Just like the Young Dolph case. They went out there and whacked Young Dolph and the guy didn't get paid. He went right in there and snitched on everybody. They tried to play him like a little junkie. But But when he got inside that cell, that little junkie high, whatever it had, that wiped away really quickly. So maybe he wasn't the junkie y'all think he was. But since y'all try to play him like that, he brought down the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? So Keefy D, he didn't get paid for this hit. So he basically handled Diddy's business for him. So, but he allegedly, like, P. Diddy got a checkered background. You have to look beyond this case. To me, his whole life was just wild as hell, not just those sexual acts or whatever. But I agree with everybody. This stuff is a sham. Yeah, he just got all his women mad at him. That's what most people saying. We are all saying that part. But again, I'm sort of an old school guy. And I don't know him personally, so I don't want to say I hate P. Diddy. And I was not Tupac's buddy. I actually seen Tupac in concert before. I actually seen him live in concert before. I'm a little older, so I saw the East Coast, West Coast beefing, Bad Boy, Death Row, all that stuff. Saw all that stuff. I remember when Tupac started rapping. You know, the thing about Tupac, Bad Boy really started kicking up when Tupac went to jail on that rape charge or whatever. It wasn't a rape charge. He had some other type of charge. You know, so a lot of that stuff was really popping off and getting really, really hot when Tupac was in jail. In Tupac's mind, he like, who the biggest? Talking about Biggie now? Talking about Puffin now? What? Man, get me out of this bug. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. As soon as he got out of prison, he went directly at them Bad Boy guys. So my point is, when we see rap battles, disses and all of that, it rarely ends the other rapper's career. That rarely happens. They be taking their best jabs at the person, unless you kill the person. You know, some of that stuff happens within the rap game. I call it the money game. You know, that's when people playing chess with money. That's how I actually look at Dolph and the stuff that happened with young Dolph. It's a money game. It's playing chess. It's playing chess. So, you know, these people get bored. They have a lot of money. Like, people think when you got money, your life is just action-packed. No, you can have a lot of money and be really bored with your life, literally. And these guys get a lot of money and they get bored with it. They start playing chess with it. It's all about who can stop the other person's career. So a lot of this stuff happens behind the scenes of the rap game or whatever, you know. But generally, when you see these rappers like dissing each other, it rarely ends their career. Tupac came in and literally brought Bad Boy to a literal halt. Like, he stopped their money, like, literally. Because in Pac's mind, Puffy ain't the biggest thing pop. He looked at them like punks and, you know, y'all just hanging on the block trying to be rappers. That's how Pac looked at them. So he know Puff from the A&R days with Uptown Records. So he's never going to look at Puffy like he's big, you know what I'm saying? So when you got that type of situation when people literally stop your money, where they can't do shows and people stop buying your records that Tupac told them to, yeah, you probably would want to put a bag on his head. I can see that all day. But I brought this story up. Y'all can spark something up. This is Unfiltered. I brought this story up because so many people focused on the P. Diddy sexual trial, this RICO thing, but this guy got a checker background. You're talking about at least 10, 11, 12 people that passed away dealing with P. Diddy in some type of way. You got to do your research. And I like to look at history for sure. This is GPTVONE, Unfiltered, live stream, Wednesday edition. It's Thursday edition, excuse me, Thursday. Living in the past. But I will be back Monday for sure. Some more hot topics, hot stories. And we're going to keep the GP channel going. Gangsta's Paradise. Be looking at, go check out my new playlist over there. I got plenty of stuff you all can listen to. You all can listen to or watch. But on that note, y'all stay blessed out there.